Rise and shine, y'all. We are your morning commute crew, Vaughn Leak and Justice Greg. Good morning. Listen, y'all. If you are a fan or have ever watched or even listened to anything Vaughn Leak Studios related, then you are very, very familiar with our next guest. His debut album Levels is dropped on all streaming platforms. I'm proud to call him my brother. Let's welcome to Morning Commute, Khadir Rashaad.
Khadir, what's up, bro?
Yes, sir. What's poppin'? What's going on, fellas?
But yeah, so for those who don't know, Khadir is most days of the week, I guess I'll call him a friend of mine, a great friend of mine.
Yeah, most days.
Yeah, it depends on what, and none of the days that end in Y. You know, me and you have known each other going on 5 years now, which is ridiculous to think about. Yeah, we went to high school together. We were in a high school band together, and we did a podcast together. We have a YouTube show together, and now your album is out, and I'm really excited. I think I'm a little more excited just because, obviously, since I've been a part of your life for so long, I've just seen how you've grown musically, and so to just see that you finally have a project out after however long, it's just really, really dope. And once again, I'll continue to tell you I'm proud of you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So Levels, like I said, Levels is out on all streaming platforms right now. There are 7 tracks.
Yes.
Justice and I listened to it. Justice, which one did you say were your favorite?
It was I'm blanking on the In My Zone and Focus. Definitely fire, bro.
Yes,
yeah.
2 hip-hop tracks.
Yeah, I definitely liked the project, bro. Like Vaughn said, you are a friend of the show, and I say this to all my talented friends. Once you blow up, I fully expect an invitation to the Rock Nation brunch. If not, you're fake. I'm saying that now, man. I'm saying it now.
I got you definitely. I will be there. For me, I'm definitely trying to cop at least like 5 or 6 invitations. So definitely trying to
you on your way, bro.
That out. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Mind you, I texted Khadir like 2 hours ago and told him I need to be a background in his music video, and he was like, "We'll see." This like 2 hours ago, he was like, "We'll see. I gotta come up with the budget first."
Yeah, man. You know that's I just dropped the album. Like I gotta put things is on my vision board. Working on some visuals. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. I interviewed you back in 2019 on Stay Woke, and in that interview, you said that you felt like your musical capabilities mirrored a byproduct of Luther Vandross and Chance the Rapper. Now that the album is out, a year and some change later, do you still feel that same way, or is there somebody else that you feel like you emulate now?
I definitely feel like I emulate somebody else. Those are 2 great artists as its own, but I feel like I wasn't there like mentally in music. I was just starting out. I was just kind of pushing buttons a little bit, but now since I actually dropped my album and I actually have some content that I'm able to look back on, I can definitely say that I emulate myself. I'm not, knocking any other artists because trust me, there are many great artists, but I would say myself because I know like who I am musically and what type of person I am. And definitely with this album, it really showed, what type of person I am. I'm very versatile. I'm able to create things that, most people would be scared to create or, they wouldn't feel comfortable creating. I'm always able to step out my comfort zone for something. As long as it, sits right with me and my soul, then I'm able to do it. So I definitely emulate myself. But if I had to choose, I would say, I would probably say maybe somebody to the likes of like, now this is a crazy comparison. Maybe like an Eric Bellinger kind of person, like Eric Bellinger or like, because Eric Bellinger is just his mind is crazy. Eric Bellinger, that's probably the one I'm thinking.
You said he'd be on your mind crazy.
I said his mind is crazy, but you can say that too. You can say that too. Listen, man, that dude is talented. Like it's just when I hear his music, I just be like, man,
Whoa.
Wow, you know.
Whoa.
I lied.
Whoa.
Like,
Okay.
not
Whoa,
like that. Not like
whoa.
that. But you get what
Oh
I'm
my
When
saying.
god.
we
You get what I'm saying. No,
Oh man.
whoa.
Oh man.
Pause on that one. But yeah, you know.
Nah.
But I definitely
Um,
say Eric Bellinger.
that's good to hear though, man. It's good to hear. I usually I don't like comparing artists to other artists, but like
Right.
sometimes you kind of like I don't know, you kind of like have to in some situations. For me, I heard in your sounds like a little bit of maybe like some like T-Pain and like
Mm-hmm.
flow wise, it
Mm-hmm.
reminded me of like Bryson Tiller or a little bit of like some Party Next Door.
Mm.
I know Vaughn mentioned that Frank Ocean and Tank are two of your favorites.
Yes.
Yeah, I told him those are your top five, like in your top five.
But who are some of
Yes.
your other biggest influences in music?
Um, it really changes for me based on time.
Mm-hmm.
I always had that solidified five, but as of right now, um, definitely like Party Next Door is one.
Well, hold on. Who is in the top five?
So top five for me is no order, no particular order, just Tank, Frank Ocean, Drake, Michael Jackson, and this is some people will kind of they will kind of fault me for this is a lot, but definitely like
Tory Lanez.
uh no, not Tory Lanez. Not Tory Lanez. He's listen, I like his music, but one is actually oh man, I can't now I'm having a brain fart. I can't think of his name, but I was just listening to him. Lucky Day.
Lucky Days
Lucky Day.
is fire.
Yeah,
Lucky Day.
Jay loves Lucky Day.
Lucky Day is fire.
That's my top five. But like right now, P&D, Lucky Day, Giveon, Bryson Tiller,
Giveon too.
little bit of P&B Rock, a little bit of Raw Wave, just a little bit of Raw Wave. He's very heartbroken. I feel that. So those are like big on me. And then of course like the people I'm around definitely have an influence.
Mm-hmm.
So
you mentioned Drake.
yes.
So you answered the question. Drake is in your top five, right? So I want to ask you. You said no particular order, but I know you, and Drake. If it's not number one, it's very very close to number one, right?
Yeah.
If Drake tweeted you today and told you that your album was mid, would you take it down?
No, I wouldn't. I won't take it down.
Good.
I don't think I'll take it down.
You should give him as being like, at least I dropped an album. That's what you should say.
That's a great answer.
Listen. I would take it. If it's mid, then guess what? He said it's mid, so it's in the middle. So it's not good, but it's not bad. So if Drake can say that, then I mean, listen. Honestly, I'm halfway there.
He said it was trash. Would you take it down?
Huh?
If he said it was trash, would you take it down?
I still won't take it down. Mm-mm.
That's a great answer, Khadir. You should definitely keep it up if that were to happen. Drake's pretty much whole discography since 2016 has been pretty mid. But you know what? We'll move on from that. You mentioned that.
I don't think Drake has put out a great project in years, dog.
I don't. I generally, I personally don't. But you mentioned that some of the people around you influenced this album too. I know a lot of these songs talk about love and relationships. How much of like the females in your life influenced this album too?
I'm interested.
Oh man, honestly, like being 100% really honest, only two.
Oh, two.
Oh, females.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Two females. Two females. One for one of them I was a highly influenced on timing, and the other one was a kind of like a mid influence for Activated. But timing is the big one. The funny thing about timing is I wrote timing 5 years ago, like during like a real, I would say, precious time in my life where I was like really in keen with this one female. And I mean, I literally would do anything for her. But things didn't
He
happen,
blushing,
and
yo.
This man was simping, yo.
Word.
He said, "I'll do anything for her."
listen, I obviously would, but things happened and things didn't work out, and I mean, we are good friends. I did tell her the song was about her.
How'd
She
that
she
go?
reacted. She reacted. She was like, "Oh my god! Like I'm glad to hear that. Like I can't believe that you're doing something that you're continuing your dreams. And like she listened to it. She's like, "Oh my god! Like I love it. That's my favorite song on the album." And it's just like, okay. Well, thanks.
Now, see, now if you would have told her the song was about her and the song would have been about women being trash, I don't know if she would have felt the same way.
I don't think so either. I definitely don't think so either. Yeah. Oh man.
And I like that. Like, I mean, like I said, I've always known you to create wholesome music, but just content in general. Like the stuff that you and I do is always obviously wholesome. We're not like those type of people to do anything that like I guess our parents wouldn't be proud of. And I like that. Like I said,
Yeah.
a lot of your music really it's about love and relationships. It's not about like, oh, let's do drugs, let's be on the streets. Not to like discredit a lot of the artists nowadays that do music about stuff like that. I just feel like I want to ask you kind of like, I just feel like we're in a place where I guess the industry is oversaturated with so many of those type of people. Do you feel like that, or do you feel like we're still like a happy medium of how many artists are like on the rise? I guess.
I definitely feel like we're in a happy medium of like how many artists are on the rise. I mean, there's so many undiscovered artists, and there's so many artists that like don't get the recognition they deserve. And I definitely feel like at a time where we're pretty much like a kind of somewhat of a standstill, people are being able to express their ideas and share their talent more, knowing that there's not much to do in the world. So just spreading that light and spreading that inspiration definitely shows like there's definitely a lot of like artists that go unseen. So I definitely feel like we're in a happy medium today. So I don't know if that answers your question, but
No, I didn't. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, as Vaughn said, there's a lot of people, with talent, coming up, trying to make it just like you. How do you separate yourself from, up and coming artists doing the same thing that you're doing?
That's a good question. I appreciate you asking that. Well, so one thing I feel like that separates me from indie artists is that I honestly, I don't want to say because every artist has that hunger, every artist has that drive, every artist wants to keep going, but it's just that like I'm more of a person who like I want constant feedback. I want responses. I want like concerns. I want input on what I do so that way I know how to better myself going forward. Because it's just like, if you entail one person's like opinions and you make that and somebody's like, oh, I like this, but you could do this. It's just like you can't always please somebody, but it's always good to have that like feedback. It's always good to have that that constant like response. Also nothing that I feel like separates me from other artists is like I would say personally my support system. um I'm not that big of like a I'm not always the one that's always out there. I'm not the one that's like, oh, hey, go listen to my music. I'm not like under every Instagram post, like, hey, do you think I'm good at music or should I quit rapping? Like, like stuff like that. Like, I'm not the one to be out there like that. But I mean, my support system is definitely like what's keeping me going. Because I'm not one to like, just constantly just keep making music. It's just nonstop. It's sometimes there's days when I'm just like, I don't really feel like doing this, but it's always that support system like, yo, like keep going, like I'm proud of you, you got this. So I definitely feel like my support system definitely gives me that energy to keep going. I feel like that's what separates me from others. It's not the money and the fame, it's honestly the love of doing it. So
Speaking of your support system, tell people why how your pops inspired and motivated you putting out this album, but just music period.
yeah, so like when I was younger, I've been around my dad. He was in a group. He was in like this acapella group. It's called Chivalry. They were, going around doing like local and like statewide, like concerts and stuff. I've always been around music all my life. He was definitely the one that showed me and introduced me to music. He was a singer, drummer, played the piano. He's a musical director. He's pretty anything music wise, he did. Anything acting wise, he did. Anything talent wise. But that was just a bundle of talent. So, but I was glad and able to endure the music side of him. And being around such musical talent. Like I remember we were in Philly and like I was around, people like Fred Hammond or like, Mary Mary. I've always been around music all my life. So he definitely introduced me to music. And he definitely like showed me the kind of like what the goodness of music, like the joy and the positivity of music. So I definitely appreciate him for that. Rest in peace, Pops. But yeah, he's pretty much the person that showed me about music. So
That's what's up.
Personally meet Fred Hammond?
Huh?
You just said, wait, did you personally meet Fred Hammond?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, word?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's actually a picture. There's a picture on my dad's Facebook page with like him and Fred Hammond. I didn't take a picture. I was too shy, but I met him though. Yeah.
Wow, that's wild. That's wild. Obviously because of the times we're in, with COVID, it's hard to get your content out there and network. How have you been able to adjust, to the times and trying to spread your music out there?
Social media, definitely social media. Social media has played a big role in everything that I've done in like the past year, I would say. Like not being able to go out and actually, network with people, like you said, is very hard. Because I'm so used to doing that. I'm so used to, like Mike can tell you, I'm so used to going to like different places and singing and like, going to like different venues or meeting different people and all that and like having conversations with them. But like now since COVID, you can't do that. So social media has definitely played a big role. I'm able to get my music out there. I'm able to, connect with people on a faster basis. I'm able to, show them more based on like I'm able to email them like different types of content. I'm able to share ideas and like brainstorm. So without social media, honestly, I don't think my album or just anything I've done in general would be able to get the response without it. So
No
yeah.
doubt. So what's next for you, man? I know you dropped this project. You mentioned earlier you have some visuals coming out. What's next for you? New music, new visuals. What's up?
Man, that's the worst. I was like,
Bro, I swear I'll be having these conversations with everybody. I'm telling you, it's the way.
Yeah,
it might be the way.
It might be, man. I've seen too many people that's making a lot of money. But I mean, this year will probably be my biggest year right now. I have so much coming out. I just dropped the album. I'm in a group called CKTKSP. We're planning on dropping our collab album. Hopefully soon. We're just trying to put up some finishing touches to it. I'm dropping a single in June called Thinking of You. I'm also in the works of finalizing an EP that's going to come out in either late December, early January. I'm working on some visuals for, songs for the album. It's just, I have a lot of stuff in my, just ready to get out there. Because like I said, I'm constantly working, constantly have ideas going, constantly have things that I want to get out there. So God willing, you're gonna definitely see and hear a lot from Khadir Rashaad. So yeah.
What is I guess your end goal? Like what are you planning to do?
My end goal honestly is, just to be remembered, like just to be known. Like I don't want no like awards, I don't want no records. I don't like, the fortune is not really something that's big to me. I mean, it's nice. Of course, I want to be rich, but like, it's not something I really like dearly want. Like, I just want people to, be like, hey, you remember that guy that did this? You're like, hey, you remember this song? Like, you remember when this, guys like saying this, or like, you remember like hearing this
Remember the
lyric, it's
announcement
just
from
like
Written in Color?
it's just like I just want to be remembered in a positive way. You know, I don't want any negative light. I just want everything to be positive. I just want positivity. I just want to bring positive vibes to the world. And if I can do that through my music, and people can remember me for that, then honestly, I've done what I wanted to do.
That's right.
So,
And you know you always got my support. Um, let folks know where they can follow you and find levels, but also just follow the Khadir Rashaad journey.
well, of course, like Von said, Levels is on all streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all streaming platforms under Khadir Rashaad. That's KhadirRashaad. All right. My Instagram is at Khadir Sings. That's KhadirSings_. I'm not really on Twitter like that. Twitter is just like for memes and stuff. So the best way for you to contact me is Instagram. But yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, and you can listen to my album on all streaming platforms.
Flash the merch one time for the one time.
Oh yeah, got the. Oh wait, got the stay work merch. Yes sir.
Right.
VLS.
Should we expect any Stay Woke plans to come back as far as your big 2021 plan?
Oh man, I definitely miss it. I can definitely say that I miss it. Even though it was kind of like a sleep. I definitely do miss it. I definitely want to make a big return for the one time, just to check in with the Stay Woke viewers, see what's going on, see how they living. So
yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah.
So I love you. Most days. We appreciate you for dropping by.
Appreciate you, bro.
Khadir Rashaad, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go check out Levels on all streaming platforms. Go follow Khadir and all that he's doing. And
appreciate it.
if you like me for any reason, you can go check out my stuff where you can find Khadir. Shameless plug for myself. But thank you for stopping by, brother. Talk to you. We got more Morning Commute on the way, so keep it locked. Happy Monday.